All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we got to correct the record because there is word out there that Terence Crawford will be fighting Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas on September 13th at the Allegent Stadium. One big problem with that we'll discuss in this video, and also bigger problems with that we'll discuss in this video. Let's talk about it in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Please excuse me for my goofy lead in very early in the morning, trying to get my work done out of the way. And I woke up this morning, went through my boxing news, always go to Twitter, check my DMs, go to Instagram, check my DMs. And I got a DM where one of my favorite subscribers, Phenomenal Show, I call him Phenomenal Noop, I hope you're doing well, brother, laid out some news that made a lot of the conversation about Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fighting September 13th in the Allegent Stadium, at the Allegent Stadium, very, very funny. But before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. It really does make a huge difference to the channel. But let's get into this because we're going to get it done quick, but also we're going to have a longer discussion about the dumb idea of putting a boxing match in Allegent Stadium. Anyway, word came out yesterday that a bunch of stuff came out. One is that Canelo Alvarez is in a discussion to fight Jake Paul. And the second one is that Canelo Alvarez was in discussions for September 13th to fight Terence Crawford at Allegent Stadium. Now, if you're not familiar with the Allegent Stadium, that's where the Raiders play. The Las Vegas Raiders play. It's a big football stadium. Only problem with that is that there's already a football game there that day. UNLV football versus Idaho State play in Allegent Stadium on that date. So not sure how exactly they're going to pull out having a second event in the evening time, but more than likely it's not going to be on September 13th at Allegent Stadium. Let me be very, very blunt though. I have no idea why people fixate on boxing matches being in football stadiums. They don't look good. If you are in a boxing match at a football stadium, you more than likely cannot see that fight if you are way up there in them stands. I don't get it. And I don't get it for why people, for the money that you would make in the actual fight. Why? That's why boxing matches in Las Vegas are held in stadiums. I mean, in arenas, not in football stadiums. But anyway, I thought it was really funny that Phenomenal Show could send me and end all of the controversy that quick. The date's not even available, which I'm telling you that you will see a lot of times when people are just throwing out news that they want to get out there because it's a very slow news cycle in boxing. They will say, "Oh, it's going to be the weekend of," because we all know when Canelo Alvarez is going to fight. He's going to fight Cinco de Mayo. But they, for some reason, for the last several fights, they kept talking about put it in an Allegent Stadium, put it in an Allegent Stadium. I mean, I don't have any idea why people want to have boxing matches at football stadiums. You cannot see the boxing match from a certain, if you're like in the nosebleed seats, you just can't see it. It's not a pleasant viewing experience for something that is that small. It's good to be the event, I guess, and you have a lot of people around you and you get more tickets sold. But the ticket prices at Allegent Stadium are not going to be nearly what the ticket prices are if they're at the T-Mobile Arena. But anyway, the fixation with boxing matches being on in football stadiums, to me, that is almost completely a European phenomenon, where European fight fans always want to compare American fights to European fights and say, we had 100,000 people at Wembley Stadium. If you had 100,000 people at Wembley Stadium, there were 80,000 people at Wembley Stadium that couldn't see actually see the event and are looking at a Jumbotron the whole time. But anyway, also people just want to be first with the news. So they come out with Canelo Alvarez is in a discussion with Jake Paul, and he's in a discussion with Terence Crawford. You sure people aren't really just trying to make it seem like the best that they possibly can that he's going to leave the PBC? Any way you cut it, I'll take the fight. I want to see Canelo Alvarez fight Terence Crawford. I certainly hope that fight gets made. I don't have any problem with Canelo Alvarez taking that fight. The fight with Jake Paul, though, that's the one that I did the video. I actually did a video about it the other day. I have such a hard time believing that. There's been several fights in a row where Canelo Alvarez almost always comes out and says, I'm not fighting the guy that you say that I'm fighting. Wait to hear the news from me. This seems like one of these incidents where you're going to have to wait to see. First of all, May 3rd is already reserved for the T-Mobile Arena by TGB. Why in the world would they be fighting? They still be in negotiation with a Jake Paul fight. This is the same line of conversation. They want Canelo Alvarez to go back to not be involved with the PBC so bad that they will make up any type of concocted story about what he's going to do next. And I guess it drives news. It doesn't really drive news on this channel. I just find it funny. Again, Allegent Stadium on the 13th has a football game already there. I'm not sure what time the football game is, but it's very rare that you're not going to have them break that place down and then set up a whole nother place for that boxing match that quick. So more than likely, it's not going to be at Allegent Stadium. More than likely, it's not going to happen. That's me. I find it very hard to believe that they're going to work that out. But if he does, like I said, I'm 100% behind Terence Crawford getting that fight. But I would just appreciate if people could stop coming out with the Allegent Stadium on September 13th. The video that I did yesterday, though, I did say that there were other sources that said that they don't know where it's going to be. But most of the announcements said Allegent Stadium, September 13th. And that's obviously without ever having a look to see who was going to be there. But again, and I repeat this, I don't understand why people want to see boxing matches in stadiums. It would be better off for you to watch that pay-per-view from your house and get a better viewing experience than sitting up there in the nosebleeds looking, unless you're just trying to get out with your friends and drink some beer. I actually want to see the fights, though. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.